This is for whoever puked all over the wall, floor, carpet, sink, and shower of our bathroom. But don't worry, everybody, there was no puke on or in the toilet. To this person, I'm glad you learned how to handle your alcohol consumption, especially PBR. That's a really heavy beer. That's okay, I remember my first time drinking. Here's a tip. When you're at a friend's house drinking and you have a little accident, just tell them and help them clean it up. Then it's no big deal. Otherwise, go fuck yourself. Yeah, so I sent that out to the group after I'd cleaned it up. I was like, are you serious?
That's part of the mystery.
I know what she knows about the night of Red Bull Rampage.
Nasty wine.
Oh my god, this was savage. I was pissed. I think it was like all of our friends.
That's the baffling part of the story.
Yes.
There's always parties at the firehouse.
Welcome to Fess Up, the investigative podcast series that follows amateur private investigators as they take it upon themselves to solve mysteries. The mysteries that bother us the most. I'm your host, Micah Robin. Thanks for tuning in to the very first episode. Today, we will finally be investigating the mystery that has come to be known as American Booter. For many, the mystery began and ended with one person, but he swears he had nothing to do with it. Some people believe him.
I swear it wasn't him.
Others don't.
I think he knows that I know that it was him.
That was Chris. He was pretty mad about the puking.
Well, hello. My name is Chris Waters. I'm a junior here at Colorado College. Live here at 320 East San Miguel.
My name is Eli Fess. Was super stoked for Red Bull Rampage to happen. It's one of my favorite school events of the year.
Hi, my name is Chase Brown. We're just hanging out, having a good time. And I don't know.
I think this house is known as many things. I think the most popular one is the firehouse.
The firehouse?
Yeah, did you hear there's a party at the firehouse?
Firehouse.
Yeah, going over to the
And
firehouse.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, it's over at the firehouse.
There's always parties at the firehouse.
The firehouse thinks they have their guy. But do they? What evidence do they really have? Could they have been too quick to come to a conclusion? Did they draw their conclusion too quickly? It's Friday night, October 27th, 2017. A GroupMe has been made with 21 members. It was made to build up the hype,
The hype was real.
as well as sharing and coming up with the rules to the Red Bull Rampage drinking game.
So we bought a lot of
We
beer.
got in a keg.
The party was Friday night.
We were expecting a rowdy night. Not too rowdy. Yeah, Chris's mom was there. Couldn't be too rowdy.
Let me start by saying my mother was in town. Okay, so I had done a deep clean of the house to prepare for my mom. I was pretty nervous. You know, this is a big deal. She's going to stay in the house for like 3 nights. What we had was a bunch of friends over to watch Red Bull Rampage. My mom's chatting up to all my friends. You know, this is the first time she's ever been here. She's meeting a lot of people for the first time. People are being very social, but also, you know, watching Red Bull Rampage. Sketchy drops and shots and stuff, or something like that. How's it go?
Hashtag sketchy drops and beers and shots.
Drinking a lot. Everyone's having a good time. There's a bunch of rules. There's a list of rules. Do we still have that list of rules?
Someone reluctantly drinks a Red Bull on camera, which you know happens often at a Red Bull sponsored event. Drink if a competitor says the same thing twice in an interview. Drink again for each additional time they repeat themselves. Yell lids on kids, then drink. Oh, there's a shot if any of the competitors' girlfriends. Double drink if it's Cam Zink's wife or child. We're dealing with 2 different types of shots here.
Wait,
that makes sense.
When do you have to take a shot?
So you take a shot if there's a shot of the competitor's girlfriends, unless, in particular, Cam Zink's wife and child comes on. That's a double drink. Drink if someone cases or overshoots a jump. Do a shot if Seminut gets emotional. That happens pretty frequently.
Some people are playing some beer pong.
A lot of drinking. Someone yells drink and everyone drinks, and that's kind of how the night goes. Yeah, we had a nice Google Doc, printed them out. We're just ready to watch the
It's a
event.
really rowdy mountain biking event.
It's pretty sick. That's a pertinent detail. The rum page comes from taking shots of rum. It's a pretty normal college party, you know, just watching a TV and making up rules and drinking and yelling and yeah.
Sounds like everything's normal. Just a normal party.
Okay, Eliza.
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
Hi. My name is Eliza Granger. I was bullied in elementary school. I have come a really long way since then. That's pretty much it. What about you?
That was odd. Could Eliza be trying to tell us something? When Eliza says she was bullied, what is she really trying to say about this case?
Oh, wow. Well, this particular night has gone down in history as a true roller coaster ride. I guess my thoughts and feelings walking in to the firehouse that night were mostly geared toward the fact that Chris's mom was there. And I am, oh my gosh. I'm a real sucker for meeting people's parents, let's just say. I was really excited to meet Chris's mom. So I really, for most of the night, was just kind of pitched on the couch with Chris and Chris's mom. And we were halfway watching Red Bull Rampage and getting all excited about all the jumps and etc. But I have to say that out of everyone there, I'm probably one of the people that was the least invested in the actual outcome of the event in terms of bikers. I was mostly interested in Chris's mom. Anyway, the night flew by because I was just trying to get to know her. Anyway, the Red Bull Rampage, it was awesome. Awesome. Until it wasn't. And then it was bad, bad, bad.
I think there was a wind delay, so we were just kind of sitting there talking, waiting for the wind to die down. Someone went to go pee, and I think that's kind of when the night took a turn for the worse.
Here's Chris again.
Well, let me tell you, I did not hear something went awry. This is where it gets a little weird, Micah. I was walking to go take a piss, like one does when they drink a little bit. And I get to the bathroom, the door's closed. Someone's in it, all right? Not a big deal. I sit there. I wait for a minute. Then, out comes, here's the big name drop, Griffin, right? Casual. Like nothing ever fucking happened in the bathroom. He walks out. I'm like, oh, hey, Griffin. Walk in behind him. Little do I know, there's literally puke all over the bathroom. And this is what really gets to me. This is what really digs me deep down. And why I know it was Griffin puked in our bathroom is because nobody just goes into a bathroom covered in puke, goes pee or does whatever they need to do, and then walks out like nothing ever happened, like they didn't see or smell anything. Not only that, but walk out of the bathroom, see one of the homeowners, and not say anything about it, right? It's a little weird. So, I walk in, notice all the puke, like, you know, right away, I know it was Griffin Walk in there, go, holy shit, walk out, people are gone, and rally some troops to clean it up, but it was gnarly. It was dirty.
Puke on the wall, on the towels, in the shower, on the floor, on top of the toilet. Not in the toilet. The toilet's pretty clean.
Painting the walls and the floor. Thick, chunky goo.
A lot of beer.
Yeah, definitely not lactose intolerant.
Whiff of aged stomach acid beer.
Yeah, just
Fever.
a horrible smell. One that makes you want to get sick. That's when you know
Someone
it's
is
bad.
just chundered
Some, like,
everywhere.
gnarly,
It's hard to say.
cheesy
Could've been
food.
Laos. I feel like I saw some pineapple in there.
Gross.
Take a walk.
Point out where everything was.
Yeah. Someone walked in. They shut the door. At this moment, they knew they were going to get sick. Probably tried to cover their mouth a little bit, but it was coming out. Boom, boom. Puke on this wall. Boom. Puke on this wall. Boom. Puke on the floor. Boom. Puke on our fucking sinks. Everywhere. Then, they get to the toilet, lift the lid. They're fucking out of puke. They got no more puke to fucking throw up. So, that's what happened in here.
Did you really expect someone to fess up after?
No, I just wanted them to feel horrible about themselves and what they had done. I wasn't expecting them to ever come clean. I got some good responses, so someone said, "Love you, Chris." Someone said, woohoo. It got 9 likes on the group me. 9 likes out of 21 people. That's pretty good. I'll take those numbers.
I don't know if I left the
This is
house
Eliza.
or if once Chris's mom went to bed, I was like, what's the point of me being here? I was not there. I was not there when the puke was discovered in the bathroom. And I think it maybe has something to do with Chris's mom. And when she left, I was like tired and probably not that invested and left as well. But I do remember the following day, and I vividly remember reading the message from Chris Waters that he sent in the group chat about how rightly furious and confused and betrayed the house felt.
Perhaps Chris's mom, the only real adult at the party that night, could provide some insight.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sunshine.
How are you?
I'm well.
Great.
What's up? So what's this about?
So do you remember when you came to visit Chris and you guys ran up Pikes Peak the next morning?
Oh, yeah.
So that night, somebody puked in her bathroom, but we still don't know who it was. So I'm making a podcast to finally find out who did it.
Yeah?
And I was wondering,
I can tell you it wasn't me.
how did that night go for you? Do you remember?
If I didn't remember, I wouldn't be setting a very good example for my son. But, yes. So for me, it was, I sat on the couch with some lovely people, and there was some activity in your, what's that,
The beer pong room?
porch.
Yeah.
With some nasty wine. Is that correct? Is that the wine?
Yeah, the big bottle of Burgundy.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
there's a big...
my inclination or whatever would be that whoever threw up was involved with that game out there. What color was the puke?
Oh, gosh, I don't remember. Oh, it was bad. It was pretty disgusting. I don't think I ever told you.
No, you never did tell me that.
Yeah,
Well,
we cleaned it up pretty good.
no.
Chris
Oh,
wanted your first stay here to go, like, smoothly.
you did a very good job.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I said that's all I remember, and then I was a good mother and went to bed before things got probably too crazy.
Right, because what were you guys doing the next day?
Volunteered Chris to hike up with me to Pikes Peak.
Hike or power hike?
What did we do it in, Chris? 4.5 hours? Yeah. In not great weather, as you remember.
Chris's mom raised some questions that hadn't crossed my mind. What color was the puke? Was the puker involved in some of the drinking games out on the porch? Who wasn't involved in those drinking games? These are interesting questions that could lead somewhere, but we'll come back to that. In the meantime, I've been doing some legwork on another theory.
Do you think anyone would have fessed up after reading Chris's text?
This is Eli again.
Chris's text was a little savage, so maybe not. I would have thought everyone in the room was kind of good friends, so I would have thought it wouldn't be too hard to say, sorry, I was really drunk and I kind of fucked up and puked, but sorry about that. But I guess the mystery still stands.
Who do you think did it?
Griffin.
Did you ever accuse him personally of doing it?
That's Chris.
I've never had an interaction with him where I've accused him, but, you know, I've told a lot of people, and so I think he knows that I know that it was him. But I personally have never told him or called him out for it. I just talk behind his back about it.
Chase had talked to him, and that he'd said, "Oh yeah, I saw it, but it wasn't me."
It's like at the
This
point,
is
I'm like,
Chase.
Yo, man, was like, that you? Like, do you want to help clean this up? He's like, nah, like, that wasn't me. It was already in there when I got there.
Yeah, a lot of people have claimed that.
They've seen it and it wasn't them?
No, that Griffin saw it, but they swear it wasn't him.
If it wasn't him, then who was it?
I believe it was the morning after, which would have been October 28th, probably around 8:30 a.m., 2017. As I do with most things that shock or surprise me, I immediately talked to Eli about it. And I said, have you read this text? Do we know who the culprit is, etc.? And Eli mentioned that not only had he read the text, but he was there following reading the message, just sort of a visceral reaction of like, ugh, like, oh my gosh, that must have been disgusting. It was clear that the firehouse wanted to get to the bottom of this mystery, but somebody had to pay. I do have to say I'm partially, I think, guilty of this crime, because I was the one who brought over the person who I firmly believe puked in the bathroom. And that person is Melina.
Who is Melina? She wasn't on the GroupMe. Is it possible that she never even saw Chris's message? Who else was at the party but not on the GroupMe?
Why do you think it was her?
Because she told me it was. In fact, she didn't tell me in so many words. It was more a couple of days after she came up to me and apologized. I'm really sorry about what happened with the puking at your friend's house the other night. Actually, though, let me rewind, because before that, we were like, let's go to Red Bull Rum Page. And Melina kind of was, curious as to what we were up to. And I said, oh, come along. It'll be a party. And I think what happened throughout the night is she slowly deteriorated into a drunken stupor and eventually ended up blowing chunks all over the firehouse bathroom.
This is Chris.
It was some lovely German exchange. Somebody here full time. She was German. But I don't see how that could possibly be the case after seeing Griffin walk out of there like nothing had ever happened in there, even though it smelled like a dead freaking animal in there. I don't buy it. No, I know it was Griffin Manzi. 100% staying by my word.
Fascinating. Even when presented with evidence that contradicts his narrative, Chris still believes his story. Could Melina just be a scapegoat, a convenient outsider to blame to take the attention away from Griffin? Who stands to gain the most from Melina being deemed the puker? In order to protect the identity of certain individuals, I had to cut their name from the podcast. So if you hear a jump, that's what that is.
Plot thickens because was the one, and Griffin, I believe. Griffin, I believe, were the ones assisting Melina as she puked her brains out all over the bathroom of the firehouse. My facts could be off base, but I do believe that is, in fact, what happened. And perhaps there was a bit of a cover-up of, we don't want Melina to be accused of this crime, even though she is indeed guilty. And I'm confused about why that is the case, because she doesn't seem to have much of a tie to the people living in the firehouse. But anyway, that's my side.
Why didn't respond to the GroupMe?
That's a good question. I think she was just preserving Melina's integrity.
It's an interesting development. Still kind of complicates Griffin if he was in the room helping with this action. I find it very interesting that there could have been two bystanders helping her puke, holding her hair back, I assume, yet no one thought it would be a good idea to clean it up.
If they were holding her hair back, then why didn't any of the puke get in the bathroom, in the toilet?
I think since they were both drunk, they were probably holding her hair back a little too forcefully. And, if you're kind of like, you're like holding a hose like 3 feet from the end, you turn it on and it kind of whips around. Well, I'm kind of assuming something along those lines. Just holding the hair back a little too far. The head just whipping around.
Do you think they discovered the scene, maybe? And then helped her out afterwards?
That sounds likely. Kind of makes more sense, honestly. But I think the image of a hose is a little more intriguing. It still raises the question of if they were helping her after, why no one decided to clean it up.
Is it possible that Griffin was actually protecting Melina and didn't want others to find out it was her? And why?
When did you first hear that Griffin were the ones who
It was
assisted.
actually, I received a text. I wonder if I still have. I received a text the following day. Messages.
Yeah, let's check those out.
Saturday, October 28th, 1:01 a.m. If you see tonight or tomorrow morning, tell him thank you from me and make sure Melina is okay. They're both wonderful and just want to make sure they're good. Uh-oh. Did Melina get really drunk? Replies, oh, yeah, spelled O-H-H-H-H. But she's totally fine now and made it home safely. Ha ha. And I left it at that.
Holy shit.
I reached out to Griffin via Facebook, but he denied my request for an interview. I'm not really interested in being in the Booter podcast, he said. I replied, ha ha, really? Come on. And then he said, I don't know, dude. I don't find it that funny. Due to reasons I cannot discuss on this podcast, I was unable to interview Melina. Sometimes we don't get the answers we're looking for. When we're dealing with real people, sometimes stories get embellished and mixed up with each other. Even with a seemingly simple mystery amongst a group of friends, we can't always find the concrete answers we're looking for. In real life, we can't control the narrative. I hope one day we will know the whole story. Sometimes in life, we are forced to live with incomplete answers. If you have any information at all that could lead to solving this case, please contact Tiger Watch. The German verb to vomit or to throw up is sich übergehen, which literally translates in English to give oneself over. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to catch the next episode of Fess Up, where we investigate another scandal. This time, the stakes are even higher. And always, if you have a mystery that needs delving into, please contact us on our socials. I'm at Micah Nasty. At Micah_Nasty.
Just a reminder, if you drink, please Venmo me $5.
I was like, are you serious?
That's part of the mystery. I know what she knows about the night of Red Bull Rampage.
Nasty wine.
Oh my god, this was savage. I was pissed. Look at this, like all our friends.
That's the baffling part of the story.
Yes.
There's always parties at the firehouse.
Micah, I was just out the other night with the cousins after the wedding. We all went and grabbed a drink at the sports den, and what do you know, by the end of the night, we're all about to head out, and I just saw a trail of vomit leading out the back door. There's a couple suspicious relatives and characters at the end of the night, and I don't know, I think we might need your help on this one. Give me a call back. All right, bye.